I will be reviewing the books that I picked up at my local comic book shop on 7/24/19. Stay tuned. What's up, comic book fans? My name is Bruce Monroe, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of Comic Book Reviews, a weekly series where I come to you and give you my thoughts on the books that I picked up at my local comic book shop. And this week was 7/24/2019, and we had two gigantic books dropped this week. I was super pumped about those, and we're gonna jump right into those reviews super quickly. But I did want to apologize to you guys for one, for the lack of content on the channel. I've been trying to put out two videos per week, and I haven't done that for the last few weeks because I am getting ready for my big move that is happening next Wednesday, which is what I didn't think about when I scheduled it, but it is the worst day to move. It's comic book day. It's my favorite day of the week. But with the craziness of trying to schedule everything, I just happened to fall on Wednesday, so I'm most likely going to miss next week, so I apologize. That's the second time I missed a comic book review in the last month and a half, and I truly apologize about that. But the good news is I'm moving in with Stephanie, and my life is going to get back on track, and hopefully I'm going to have some more free time, and we're going to be able to actually watch a lot of the TV shows we've been trying to watch so we can review them for the channel. So hopefully a lot more content is going to be coming to the channel for you guys. So I look forward to bringing that to you guys. And I also just want to apologize for the last few weeks. I've actually missed a bunch of books and not had them for review for you guys. And there's some big ones. I found them this week when I went to the comic book shop. I missed Justice League 28, which I know I mentioned that on the channel last week, but I missed Assassination #5, Resident #1, which is got a lot of buzz around it. Joe Ryan Comics did a great review on it. Pop Culture Philosophers did a good review on that. I missed Collapser #1. This is written by Milky Way, which is Gerard Way's brother, and I was super excited about that. I missed Thor #15. You guys know I have a Jason Aaron crush. I mean, how do I miss Thor #15? This is leading up to I don't want to call it Old Man Thor, but I forgot what they're calling it. But it's basically a story about the old Thor in the future. And if you've read any of Thor's run, that's such a cool story. So I'm super excited about that. And I can't believe I missed this. This is Little Bird #5. I missed a Little Bird issue. And if you guys have been watching this channel at all, you know how much I love this title. And there's only one more book out after this. So yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get to review this for you guys, but maybe when I review 6, I'll do kind of like a 5 and 6 together kind of review. But I just want to apologize. It's been, like I said, getting ready for this move. I also had a few days where my nanny called out, so I wasn't able to didn't go to Midtown. I went to different comic book shops, and every comic book shop is set up differently. I love going into new shops, but I also get a little flustered because I don't know where new books are, and I should just ask, be like, hey, where's the list of books that came out this week? But I didn't, so I missed the books, and I apologize I didn't get to review those for you guys. But without further ado, let's jump right into the books that I picked up this week. And like I said, they got two really big ones. Yes, so they are Ascender #4, The Weatherman #2, Batman Curse of the White Knight #1, Detective Comics #1008, The Flash #75, The Amazing Spider-Man #26, Guardians of the Galaxy #7, House of X #1, and Jane Forester Valkyrie #1. Alright guys, so first up for review was another great book. This is Ascender #4. This is written by Jeff Lemire and art by Dustin Nguyen. Dustin, I'm apologizing if I'm saying your last name wrong, but your artwork in this book is incredible. This book has been stellar from the start, and I'm continuing to really enjoy this book. It's definitely like a sci-fi fantasy book. I still haven't read Descender. It's over here. I got that signed copy, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna read it. But again, my life is so crazy getting ready for this big move that I haven't got to it. But again, the move is gonna happen. I'll have more free time. I'll do it, I promise. But getting back to Ascender #4, this is really fun. Again, this is such a great book, and Jeff Lemire is telling an amazing story. I'm really enjoying the father and daughter in this book, and the art is just, yeah, it's so good. The mix of fantasy and science fiction. I don't know. I don't think you can beat it. Like, come on, giant flying turtle saves the day. It's so much fun. So yeah, definitely pick up Sun number 4 if you're already picking it up. This isn't the best jumping in point because this issue is issue number 4. But they usually collect these in trades every 6 or 7 issues, so this should be collected on the first run, should be collected in trades somewhat shortly if you don't want to go back and try to find issues 1, 2, and 3. Up next, we have The Weatherman, Volume 2, number 2. This is written by Jody LaHupp and art by Nathan Fox. Awesome indie book. I mean, it's Image, so it's not totally indie, but this was such a fun read. This is super sci-fi, set way in the future. Post-apocalyptic world where some kind of virus has come through and decimated humanity. They're zombies of some kind, and there's a lot more to the story. I don't want to get into it, but the characters in this book are super fun. They introduce a new one, which is this, I believe she's a little girl, but she's riding this blue six-eyed polar bear, and she's super interesting. And yeah, the story is just, I really wish, so there is a volume 1, which I have not read, which my friend Frank went back and read after I made him read issue 1 of volume 2, and he's like, you gotta go back and read it. I just haven't had a chance to pick it up. So I'm just gonna continue reading this because I do have the time to read this because they're single issues. But man, the artwork in this book is so good. The story is this crazy sci-fi story set in the way future. So you got awesome spaceships, you have holograms, and I don't know, crazy zombies. It's super fun. Yeah, so we'll pick up The Weatherman number 2. I promise you guys will enjoy this book because it is super, and the dialogue and the writing in this book is awesome. Jody, you're crushing it. Next up, all right, so I said there were 2 really big books this week, like really big books I was super excited for. This is the first one. So DC had a really big one in my opinion, and Marvel had another big one. So this is DC's big book of the week. This is Batman Curse of the White Knight. This is basically the continuation of the other series. There was Batman White Knight, not Curse of the White Knight, I think it's just White Knight. This is written and drawn by Sean Murphy, which is incredible that he was able to draw and write and draw this whole entire book. This is part of DC's Black Label, so this is much more mature. I shouldn't say much, but it's more mature. It's for older people. There's a lot of swearing in this book, but what stuck out to me when I first opened the book is that this is front to back art. There is not a single page, well, there's one page of an ad, which is for, the previous book, which is Batman the White Knight, right here, which is collected in trade now, which is amazing. Also written and drawn by Sean Murphy. This book is incredible. So this is going to focus on Azrael, but it's basically a reimagining of Azrael, and it looks like it's going to be awesome. I mean, come on, look how Sean Murphy draws Azrael. And that's another thing. The art style of Sean Murphy is one of my favorites. It's so good, and the amount of detail he puts into every single page, and the panels are just covered with beautiful line work. His artistry is so incredible. I mean, check out the amount of detail he put in all the steps up here. Not every artist does that, and it's incredible. And the dialogue in this book, the story that he's crafting in this book is so good. And how can you not love a Batman with a collar? Let me see if I can find a good page. Oh, the Joker with his feet up on the table wearing a Batman t-shirt. I mean, it's so freaking good. I just want to show them. Yes, this Batman right down here. I don't know. This was such an amazing book, and the fact there was no ads in this book except for the very back of the book, and it was just promoting his previous book. So good. Sean Murphy, you're crushing it, man. I love this book. The dialogue, the story, the pacing of the story is so good. You should go back and read White Knight before you read Curse of the White Knight, because there was a lot of stuff that was from the previous book that was kind of like helping this story along. I would definitely suggest picking it up. If you don't, still pick this up. This was so good and so fun. It's not current continuity. Like I said, this is Black Label, so it's kind of like its own little world, but still, it's so fun and so good. Highly suggest you guys pick that up. Awesome. Maybe my pick of the week? Tie. It's a tie between the other Marvel book that I want to talk about. All right, up next, we have Detective Comics number 1008. This is written by Peter J. Dasami and art by Doug McKinnon, or McKinney? I can't pronounce that name. I'm not even going to try. But this book was okay. Definitely kind of like a one-shot issue. It was kind of a weird story about Batman and the Joker. The Joker kind of took over this whole carnival and goaded Batman to come out, and Batman went out and fought him, and that was kind of it. It was a weird story, but the highlights was Doug's art. It was really good. I really enjoyed the art. I didn't love the story. The story was kind of odd. Like I said, it's definitely kind of just like a one-shot. I mean, the last arc finished in the previous book, and I know the Year of the Villain is starting in 109, so I believe this was kind of just like a filler issue. I don't know. It was a weird story, but again, the art was beautiful. I really enjoyed the art, so I wouldn't suggest picking this book up unless you're like a true Batman fan, or since you're true, like a Batman fan like I am, because I pick up everything I can for Batman, at least I can afford. But yeah, I would skip 108 and pick up 109. All right, first Marvel book up. Well, I do want to say, I know I said I have Flash 75, which I do. It's right here. It's a big book. It's I believe a 2-issue book. I just haven't had a chance to read it. And I gotta get this recording out so I don't miss a week. So I'm gonna skip that and go right into Marvel. Like I said, this is The Amazing Spider-Man number 26. This is written by Nick Spencer and art by Kev Walker. Spidey has been this book where I want to love it. I really do. I really want to love Spider-Man. I loved... oh my god, why am I forgetting the writer that was on this before? Oh, I'm going to kill myself. I'll put it up on screen. But I loved him so much. He did so much good work on the book. Bringing in Superior Spider-Man, and just had some really good, fun stories. Even if I didn't love him at the beginning, I ended up really enjoying him at the end. But Nick's, I'm just having a hard time grabbing on. And the artists that are putting on Spider-Man, like, what are you guys doing? I don't want to knock Kev Walker or any artist. They're putting their artwork on these characters that are beloved, and I love these characters, but when I see artwork like this on Spider-Man, it just makes me cringe a little inside. Not that it's bad, it doesn't fit Spider-Man to me. But the story overall was pretty good. I enjoyed this issue for the most part. Ever since Nick started writing this book, Boomerang, which is a villain, he's supposedly trying to go straight, and he's been a roommate of Spidey's, or Peter's. He doesn't know that Peter is Spider-Man, but Peter knows that he's Boomerang, and it's an interesting... That story is pretty interesting, and that they're definitely leading up to something, and it has to do with the Kingpin, and they have this whole story in here about a syndicate, a new team that's all women, which is pretty funny, and that part was actually written really good. I really enjoyed that. Here's the whole new syndicate team, which is really good. I don't know. I have a hard time not picking this book up because I truly love Spider-Man. Peter Parker is one of my favorite characters, but I'm just not loving Nick's work, so I can't suggest that you guys go out and pick this book up because it's okay. And the art in this book I didn't like, and I don't know if Ket's gonna be back for the next one. They keep on switching artists, so I have no idea. But skip it. I'm sorry, but I probably would skip it. All right, Guardians of the Galaxy number 7. This is written by Donny Cates and art by Corey Smith. This was a very interesting book. I really don't know what's going on, per se, or what they're leading to. I shouldn't say I know what's going on. I read the book. Of course I know what's going on. But I don't know what they're leading to with this. So there is a bad that they introduced in this book called the Universal Church of Truth. I've never heard of the Universal Church of Truth. Supposedly in this book they said that it's been around before. A really cool splash page. And man, the poor Nova Corps, man. They're always getting the crap end of the stick, and they sure happen in this. But overall, this was a great story, man. I'm really excited to see where this leads. There's a really cool twist at the end. I love that Peter and Gamora are back together after Peter spilled the fact that he loves her a few issues ago. I'm overall loving this team with Moon Dragon and Groot and Beta Ray Bill. It's a very interesting team. Yeah, I'm really loving the story. And as you can see on the cover, that's obviously Rocket's hand covered in blood. And they've been teasing Rocket because he's been missing from the team from the beginning of this book. They teased him a few times from issues 1 through 6. And yeah, we get some more information. I don't want to spoil anything on him in this, and it's very interesting. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe I missed something, but this was definitely a good book. It's Donny Cates. I'm really excited to see where this goes. I've been a huge Guardians of the Galaxy fan for a while, and this was definitely a really good book. I'd definitely suggest picking this up. It's not a great jumping in point because we are in issue 7, and there's definitely a lot of what's happened in the previous 6 issues that would be good to know. But it's Guardians of the Galaxy. If you're interested in them, I would definitely pick that up because it's the beginning of a new arc. Alright, so this probably is my pick of the week. I'm not going to do a great job reviewing it because there is a lot in here, and I don't have a huge wealth of knowledge with the X-Men. I'm reading them off and on for the past 16 years since I've been reading comics, but this is House of X #1. This is written by Jonathan Hickman and art by Pepe Larraz. If you guys really want a really good in-depth review, Joe Ryan Comics just put out a review today, and my review will be coming out tomorrow. And he does like a whole 10-minute video on this book, and he does a great job reviewing it. It is amazing. It is Jonathan Hickman setting up the next era of X-Men, and it is so exciting. And the next issue, there's going to be House of X and Power of X, and they're each going to be setting up, like I said, the whole next long time of X-Men, and this did such an amazing job. The X-Men are going to be such badasses, and I really hope this sticks because it was awesome. It was amazing, and the artwork by Pepe, holy moly, it was so good. I know I said Curse of the White Knight was my pick of the week, but this was a double issue book, and it was front to back. The story was impeccable. There's so much information in this book. They had these pages in here like this that just gave you information on the story of because you're reading it, I was like, wait, who are these people? What is going on? And then you get to one of those pages, and it's just full information. It catches you up on a lot of things. There's a lot of when I watched Joe Ryan's review on this, and there are a lot of X-Men in here that I really didn't know, and he had a great suggestion. Just go on Google who they are, get caught up, because they are important to the story, and there's so many good people in this book, and it is going to be epic. Oh god, I cannot wait to see where this goes. When I first opened this book, and even looking at this cover, I thought for a second that wasn't Charles Xavier, even though it is. I was thinking it's oh my god, I'm blanking on this now. There's an evil version of Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe, and it looked a lot like him. I'll put his name up on screen. It's something that I should know because it's something simple, but this, if you are even a little bit interested in the X-Men, I would suggest picking this up because you are going to be getting firsthand experience on probably what is going to be a very pinnacle part of the X-Men for the next 10-15 years, because this is setting up something that's amazing. It is so good, and the art by Pepe, I can't even explain to you how good this is. Oh, I'm trying to just find a really good page. Oh, Magneto being Magneto. I mean, awesome book, guys. I know I'm not doing a really good job reviewing this. I would highly suggest going checking out Joe Ryan's review, because he did a single review, 10-minute review on that book. But the writing in this book is impeccable. The amount of information packed in this book is impeccable. The art is amazing. I am so happy I picked this book up. I can't say enough. It's so, so good. All right, so my last book of the week, we have Jane Forester Valkyrie, #1. This is written by Jason Aaron and Al Ewing and art by CAFO. I was hoping for more, honestly. I was super pumped for this book because I loved what Jason Aaron did with Jane Forester in his Thor run. You know, she became Mighty Thor, and if you guys had any or seen any of the information coming out of San Diego Comic-Con, in the next Thor movie, Natalie Portman is going to be picking up the hammer, or maybe she's getting her own hammer, but she's becoming Mighty Thor. So he's had such an influence on comics that it's coming to the big screen now, and how exciting is that? There was so much information coming out of San Diego Comic-Con. There's a new Blade movie that with Marshall Ali. Oh, I am so pumped for that. But getting back to Valkyrie #1, this was good. And the writers on this book, Al Ewing and Jason Aaron, I was expecting definitely more. There's a lot of interesting things that happen in here. The villain at the end of the book definitely was definitely a curveball. It was definitely interesting. I wasn't expecting who it was. The artwork is okay. I'm not going to say it's bad. I'm not going to say it's great. There's some panels that are awesome. There's some panels that are not so great. I will say the lettering is a little weird. Gold type on blue is definitely a little weird. But overall, it's a good start to a book. It's just not an awesome start. I was really hoping for a really epic start to this character, and we're getting a so-so start. But every book cannot be great from the get-go. So I'm definitely going to stick this out. I'm going to see where this goes. It's definitely a new take, or not a new take. It's a new character with new powers. I don't think there's ever been a solo series about a Valkyrie in the Marvel Universe. So I'm definitely interested to see where this goes. There's some more artwork. She visits Valhalla to try to get some more information on this case. I shouldn't call it a case, but it is kind of a case that she's working on. We see Hemdall. We get introduced to some of her new powers, which are actually pretty cool. So it's a good book. It's a #1. If you did read any of Jason Aaron's run and you are interested to see where Jane Forester is going, pick it up, because like I said, it was fun. It just wasn't amazing, which I was hoping it was going to be. But yeah, my suggestion: pick it up. All right, that is it. That is it for the week. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much. As always, if you guys like this, the content in this video, what do you guys gotta do? Smash that like button. And as always, I would appreciate it if you guys could subscribe. Any support to the channel is much appreciated. And yeah, if I missed any books that you guys picked up this week, always let me know down in the comments. And also, if you thought my reviews were terrible, let me know down in the comments. If you thought my reviews were awesome, tell me down below. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll probably miss you guys next week, so I'll catch you guys in 2 weeks with definitely a review and hopefully a second video, either a review with Stephanie on Swamp Thing, or maybe finally I put up my top 5 heroes, or top 5 female heroes in DC and Marvel. All right, thanks guys. Peace.